Hi, this is Dhruv,
And this is John.
and this is week 35 of the devlog.
Yeah, so before we start, we have a question for you guys. Recently, there have been a lot of rifts between game devs and gamers. Do you guys think there is a problem between these two parties? And do you guys think indie devs like us are included in this kind of starting to become more hateful AAA game devs and then their fight against gamers? So, with the question out of the way, the main thing we have been seeing these past few days have all been 2K games, copy striking. What's his name? Submato. Submato, this YouTuber who published a lot of game about Borderlands, and also a lot of things like leaks and all that stuff. And they also eventually sent two private investigators to this guy's house and asked him a lot of questions. And do you guys? I wonder if it actually. I'm pretty sure it happened, but I see. There's so many things. There's so many mystery in this whole situation. So what do you think about this whole ordeal?
I think it's kind of insane. Thinking about that, the fact that two private investigators, these men in suits, were sent to this YouTuber's house to question him on what he's been doing on YouTube, just seems like straight out of an anime or a straight out of
authoritarian crap.
Straight out of just like mafia. This is what, like, I don't know, this is some crazy movie thing. And I think the craziest thing is that the game developers even have that kind of power or that and the money and influence to be able to even do this. They must have paid a lot of money to send these guys over to their house. I mean, private investigators aren't cheap, and they charge by the hour.
Yeah, it's like a very weird intimidation tactic, because then they issued 65 copy strike on this guy's YouTube. So his YouTube channel is pretty much gone, but he has gotten a lot of he has gotten a lot of fame. And I'm curious, I'm pretty sure they know if I copy strike someone who makes content on YouTube, and if I attack or intimidate someone who makes content on YouTube, wouldn't that make less sense, because now he has a lot of things to make videos about, and he can blow up and become more, like, way bigger. What's that word? I can't think of the way, but the more you try to stop something, the more it's gonna come back.
Yeah,
I'm not thinking exactly where. It just doesn't seem smart. Now, the quartering has actually shown that there might be some things that we don't know. So not Take-Two, 2K apparently has been investigating this guy for a long time, 10 months, and then for them to eventually actually send people over means probably something has happened. Maybe he has gotten something, or maybe someone affiliated to the YouTuber has actually broken into, like, the infrastructure, or hacked into 2K's stuff, and then they're like, it's like they crossed the line, like, that really blew through, because I know they're not stupid enough to do it.
Yeah, I mean, it has to be something that severely affected their monetary gain to be able to do something like this. And speaking from a company standpoint, it's probably all about money at the end of the day. Even publicity is all about money. So I'm guessing the publicity that comes from this is less important than sending some sort of message to whoever did this act of either hacking. Maybe it was just a way to say, this was the whole point. Bad publicity was the whole point. They wanted to send a message so that nobody tries to hack 2K anymore, or whatever it is. I still think it was wrong. There isn't anything that kind of makes it right. I think there are better ways to go about it. I think that they kind of took this route maybe because it was just the easier route. It's easier just to get this through, make that threat clear, and then just not care about it anymore. Just say, hey, whoever does leaks, you're going to get eliminated, pretty much. So now nobody is gonna try to do leaks anymore, and then that just is easy than going through a whole arduous process of litigation or whatever that would be required for this to actually go through. But it is absolutely insane that they are even able to do this. Still, I think it's crazy, and I think it brings up something about this whole, like, game devs and gamers like against each other.
Yeah. I think, well, for one, Borderlands 3 is coming out soon. I think this year Borderlands 3 is probably the biggest game also. And I kind of feel like the 2 investigators is actually, to me, while they shouldn't have done it, it still kind of made sense that it's probably something happening. But the 65 copy strike after that is, you are going after that guy's livelihood. Well, he has a normal job, so he's fine. But still, you're going after someone who's doing things that they really, really like to do. And the 65 copy strike actually bugged me a lot more than the 2 investigators. And that probably doesn't make sense, but it's 2 investigators mean maybe there's something illegal. 65 copy strike is just straight up malicious. So that really paints a bad picture between game devs and gamers. And as indie devs, I think we're caught in a very weird situation where it makes sense what they're doing, but this is hurting us, and we're not even part of that trial. We're not even enjoying all the benefits that comes from being a AAA.
Yeah, we're enjoying none of them.
Yeah. and then on all over YouTube and Reddit, entitlement is entitled game dev, especially after Ooblet last week. It's right after Ooblet last week. This week is devs sending investigators. It's just making devs look bad, and this time it hurts both. Last week was indie dev that became more AAA-ish. Well, not really, but they got AAA money, and this week is AAA just doing bad stuff. Yeah. And it just makes all the indie dev, including us, look really bad. So if we're gonna get crap, at least we should get some benefit.
We should get some sort of benefit.
It doesn't make sense, but and it's not fair. But I wonder what everybody else thinks. And and then the mass shooting that immediately Trump and a lot of people start saying that it is it is because of gamers, and it's a lot of video games that's promoting shooting. And then we're making video games, so that is kind of like a tough one. And I'm pretty sure everybody who watches this and is gonna think that that's absolutely crazy that you would attribute video games to that. There's been study after study that proves that that's not true, but the fact that is even now part of the conversation, that these people are just coming in and putting in that card that your mom used to say when you were young, that this is causing you to be violent, this is causing you to do whatever. They're coming in and doing that as a whole in the country. I think it really shows that video games are starting to make a very big dent. Not necessarily a bad dent, but they've become so big that it's becoming like a movies or any sort of big entertainment, where now they're starting to make a very big dent, but it's very different than a movie or something. Because when you think of a movie or you think of a creator, there's always a very this guy makes these types of movies, this guy makes these types of things, and he kind of keeps releasing, and there's a little bit of a disconnect between the creator and the audience. The audience watches what the creator made and then likes it or doesn't like it, but the creator himself is only so much important. There is a little, if he does something wrong or whatever, sure, but it's only a little bit. But something like the Ooblets controversy makes it seem like the game devs and the gamers are more interconnected, because it's almost like they are codependent on each other, sort of thing. And it's very odd, and I want to know what you guys think about this whole sentiment that is going on. Do you think that if you're a gamer, then do you think that the gamer is that there's something that's being stripped because of the way that the game developers are taking these deals? And if you're a game developer, then do you think that what these game developers are doing is necessarily wrong, or that it makes sense, or whatever it is? I wonder if we were in their situation, someone keeps prodding into our servers every single day, if we would snap like that too. Yeah, I don't know, because we are all human at the end of the day. Yeah, and then we do spend a lot of our life and time working on something that we want to present as a whole. And if someone keeps taking snippets of it and getting wrong ideas about it, I can kind of see why they lose control too. But I feel like that's the whole point of being a game dev, is not you have to be kind of beyond that. We're not trying to be the most moral person ever, but how do you say, in the end our audience is the gamers, so there needs to be some restraint. But anyway, that's all I have to say, and I think that should be it for the video. Thanks a lot for watching, guys, and make sure to hit that like button. Smash that like button. All right, bye guys. Bye.